For many Americans, government shutdowns have become a predictable, almost theatrical event. Congress fails to pass appropriations bills, federal agencies furlough non-essential personnel, national parks close, and then, eventually, a deal is struck. The system creaks, but it doesn't break. The cyclical dysfunction has, paradoxically, created an illusion of normalcy. It's just how things are, people say. However, the context surrounding the potential 2025 shutdown suggests that this time, the stakes are significantly higher, and the consequences could be far more severe and enduring than previous impasses. Previous shutdowns, while disruptive, often occurred against a backdrop of stronger economic indicators and a clearer political landscape. The political polarization, while present, hadn't calcified to the extreme levels we see today. In 2025, the potential for a shutdown intersects with a nation grappling with persistent inflation, a burgeoning national debt, geopolitical instability, and a deeply fractured electorate. The margin for error is significantly thinner. Furthermore, the increasing weaponization of the appropriations process, where critical funding becomes a hostage in broader ideological battles, erodes trust in government and makes resolution increasingly difficult. This isn't just about funding. It's about the ability of the government to govern, the economic earthquake, beyond furloughs and closed parks. When we talk about the economic impact of shutdown, the immediate thoughts go to federal workers missing paychecks and popular tourist destinations being inaccessible. While these are certainly significant and immediate hardships, they represent merely the tip of a much larger and more dangerous iceberg. A prolonged shutdown in 2025 could trigger an economic earthquake with far-reaching tremors across various sectors. Consider the ripple effect. Delays in processing loans, SBA, FHA, interruptions in scientific research, halts in regulatory approvals, and a slowdown in government contracts can all choke economic activity. Small businesses dependent on federal grants or contracts could face insolvency. Critical economic data collection could be suspended, leaving businesses and investors flying blind. Moreover, the uncertainty created by a shutdown can spook financial markets, leading to decreased investment, higher borrowing costs, and a decline in consumer confidence. In an economy already walking a tightrope of inflation and potential recession, a significant government shutdown could be the push that sends it tumbling. The national debt, already a monumental concern, continues to balloon, and a shutdown only exacerbates the perception of fiscal irresponsibility, potentially impacting the dollar's global standing and the nation's credit rating. Eroding trust, the unseen cost of dysfunction. Perhaps the most insidious and long-term consequence of repeated shutdowns is the erosion of public trust in governmental institutions. Every time Congress fails to perform its most basic duty, funding the government, it sends a clear message to citizens. We cannot agree, we cannot compromise, and we cannot effectively serve you. This perception fuels cynicism, apathy, and a growing sense that the system is broken beyond repair. This erosion of trust isn't benign. It weakens the social contract between the governed and the government. It can lead to decreased civic participation, make it harder for legitimate policies to gain public acceptance, and even foster an environment where extreme political ideologies can thrive. When people believe their government is perpetually dysfunctional, they are less likely to invest in its future, obey its laws, or trust its pronouncements. For a democratic society, this is a dangerous downward spiral. Furthermore, on the global stage, repeated shutdowns project an image of instability and unreliability, potentially impacting diplomatic relations, trade agreements, and the nation's leadership role. Geopolitical vulnerability, a gift to adversaries. The world watches when the U.S. government teeters on the brink of a shutdown. While domestic media focuses on internal political battles, international observers see vulnerability. A major U.S. government shutdown in 2025 will be nothing short of a gift to the nation's adversaries and a cause for concern among its allies. Consider potential impacts. Essential intelligence gathering could be compromised, military readiness might be affected by delayed payments or furloughed personnel, and diplomatic initiatives could stall. At a time of heightened global tensions, from conflict in Europe and the Middle East to challenges from rising powers in Asia, a politically paralyzed America is a less effective America. Allies might question the reliability of commitments, while rivals could exploit perceived weaknesses to advance their own agendas. The nation's ability to project strength and stability globally relies heavily on a functioning and unified government at home. A shutdown signals the opposite, inviting opportunism and diminishing influence. The path forward, addressing the root causes. If the 2025 shutdown is indeed a warning sign, then ignoring it would be catastrophic. Addressing this deeper crisis requires more than just temporary fixes. It demands a fundamental reevaluation of political norms, fiscal responsibility, and the legislative process itself. Firstly, there needs to be a conscious effort to de-weaponize the appropriations process. Funding the government should not be a battleground for every ideological fight. It's a basic obligation. This requires a return to regular order, bipartisan negotiation, and a willingness to compromise for the greater good. Secondly, genuine efforts to address the national debt are critical. Kicking it down the road only makes the problem larger and more intractable. This involves difficult conversations about spending priorities, entitlement reform, and revenue generation. Thirdly, civic education and media literacy play a crucial role in fostering an informed electorate that can discern genuine issues from political theater, holding their representatives accountable. Ultimately, the potential 2025 shutdown is not just another chapter in the saga of Washington dysfunction. It's a stark indicator of a nation facing deep-seated crises in its governance, economy, and global standing. Ignoring these warning signs will be to gamble with the future of the republic. It's a call to action, urging leaders and citizens alike to look beyond the immediate political skirmishes and confront the profound challenges that threaten to undermine the very fabric of the United States. The question isn't if a shutdown will happen, but if we will finally heed the warning it provides. And that's why this isn't just a shutdown. It's a profound warning sign. What are your thoughts on these deeper issues facing the U.S.? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, share it with others, and subscribe for more in-depth analysis of critical global events.